South Georgia and the South Sandwich Islands are characterised by their rugged beauty and vast mountains, and both are teeming with wildlife. They're some of the most remote islands on Earth, and in addition are highly protected. A number of marine and terrestrial protected areas cover these inhospitable lands with the aim to help the wildlife and landscape recover after years of exploitation during the whaling era. The South Georgia Maritime Zone extends over 1 million square miles, and the fisheries within it are held up as some of the most sustainable in the world. Fisheries patrol vessels and military vessels such as the Pharos and HMS Forth do visit the area regularly, but there are limitations to the areas they can police. So how can such a vast area be checked? The answer? Operation Cold Stare.
So I'm Flight Lieutenant Terry Syme, captain of this A400 aircraft with the Royal Air Force, and what we did today was Op Cold Stare. So we flew from the Falkland Islands over to South Georgia, and it alternates between South Georgia and South Sandwich, but for this mission it was South Georgia. So sort of long range flight over there to then kind of patrol the area to make sure there was no illegal fishing activity.
This patrol flight alternates between South Georgia and the South Sandwich Islands and flies around once a month. This unique mission also helps to fulfil one of BIFSI's key aims in the South Atlantic, Operation Southern Sovereignty, which links all maritime and land patrols as well as its reconnaissance flight around the islands. The goal is to help deter illegal fishing in the waters and reassure the government of South Georgia and the South Sandwich Islands. All intelligence received can also be followed up.
So we would drop down to lower altitude, fly past the vessel and try and get its registration. We also carry a powerful camera on board, so we try and get images of the vessel and then feed that back to the Falklands once we got back here.
It also gives the government of South Georgia and the South Sandwich Islands a chance to see the islands, and it links in to their current stewardship framework, Protect, Sustain, Inspire.
In terms of protection, it's really key as our fishery protection, and we've got several methods to patrol the maritime zone, right from using satellite surveillance to make sure there's no illegal vessels in the waters. Obviously, Pharos is our patrol ship, and that's our key asset. We've also got the Cold Stare, and that is a really great way to respond very quickly to any sort of intelligence that there might be something going on. So in terms of protection, it's really key. And I guess the other element to it is the Inspire element. It's a really great outreach opportunity. It gives us a platform to speak to you and to other people and get people to have a view of South Georgia and begin to understand some of the things that affect South Georgia.
Cruise ships and usual tourism seasons do stop at South Georgia, and visiting scientists and researchers are common. However, few get to see South Georgia from this unique aerial perspective.
The overall purpose of Op Cold Stare is for us really to go down and make sure there's no illegal fishing taking place in those areas, and also to bring people from the Falklands who aren't essentially, they don't have to be military, it can be anyone, who has a purpose to go down there, potentially to look at the wildlife, to get photos of the area as well. So there's a lot of reasons why we do it.
And one of those people was Wing Commander Peter Gilbert, who's currently serving at MPC.
So way back in 1984-85, the summer of 84-85, I was posted to South Georgia in the days when we had a garrison on South Georgia. So I was there as the lone medical officer there, looking after 45 people that we had there in the garrison. So to fly over it today was just a dream come true. It's the sort of place that when you leave it, you're desperate to go back. It's really emotional. It's the sort of place that you just fall in love with when you're there for any length of time. And yeah, to see it again, it's just such an impressive place, and it really got to me.
The islands of South Georgia are home to around 5 million seals of varying species and over 65 million breeding birds from 30 different species. It's a globally important site for many different animals.
I think the really key thing that people take away from any visit to South Georgia, whether that be mostly on a cruise ship, but sometimes people go down on a Cold Stare or something like that, it's just how special a place it is. And you know, the figures speak for themselves. It's world important for all sorts of seabirds and marine mammals. It's got the greatest abundance of seabird and marine mammals than anywhere on the planet, so it's a really important place to protect.
And it's not hard to see why it's so important to check the waters around these islands in such a unique way.